Hey, hey man, say man, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we got cooking with Kaya is getting cooked. Hey man, listen, she be on Twitter going off, man. Everybody be coming for her, and I know after streamer use or during streamer university is when things got like crazy. She broke up with a boyfriend. Boyfriend moved on. Was like, I'm chilling. You know, got girls in the room. It was a bunch more stuff, but hey man, let's get into it, man. It's about the homeo Meezy. Hey man.
I'm just irritated. Like my name just gets slandered so much, and I really don't be doing nothing. Like I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me, and I literally don't do nothing. Like nothing. Like nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like all the hate and everything. Like nothing affects me no more. Like it's like I have no feelings no more. All right, y'all, I'm finna just end for a little bit.
Now, as much as I love cooking with Kaya, she can't act as if she doesn't play a part in some of these conversations
Right.
that's being had around her. When Cooking with Kaya first came onto the scene, I was one of the early adopters of her mantra, and just the whole movement that she had going on. I really appreciated that she was very catching with her jingle, introducing some sort of new content, and was putting a spin on the whole cooking content, while having a lot of the world either feeling her or upset at her because of the way that she was going about doing things.
I'm sorry, but I do not like this little Cooking with Kaya hoe. First of all, I was on the phone with this dude the other day. He got saying, Cooking with Kaya, Cooking with Kaya. First of all, don't be singing that on my phone. Then, what make it even worse, I can barely cook. I might be able to cook a little cornbread and a little carrot.
That's the issue. That's the issue right there. A lot of them was upset she was actually making good looking food, and then they themselves was like, I know how to make noodles, and it's like, nah, we need stuff like this. Like we need to come home to like steak, peppers, rice, and you talking about some I got you a little. Made you a little bowl of noodles. I think that was mostly the issue right there. Was a lot of them tried to like. A lot of them tried to like be mad at her because they can't cook or because their boyfriend was looking at the videos and it's like the food be looking good. But I digress though. I digress.
Cabbage, but all that, I can't cook like that. Then you got the girl dancing while she cooking. Like, girl, you doing
Right.
it for no reason. Like, it would have been cool if the girl didn't have a dump truck. My man is not allowed to watch Cooking with Kaya. Period. Point blank. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
She captivated the world with her viral dance, the viral jingle, and shaking her ass while holding a plate of food, which is all good and dandy. Having a hook and a catchphrase while doing some sort of content usually gets people in it. And being popular
Right.
by any means necessary by no means is a bad thing, except for when you continuously play into it, play it up, and it becomes your personality. And I think that that's what Cooking with Kai is facing. It doesn't help that she's aligned herself with a lot of the people that the internet is having a hard time with right now. After Streamer University, she aligned herself with the likes of DDG, which the internet
Yup.
absolutely hates at the moment.
He's actually a genuine nice person. Like he is shark, he be sharking, but to me he's just a genuine person. He's never been like a weirdo. He's never been like, he's very respectful.
I feel like as you get to know me more throughout these rounds, you will get to see my heart and see where I really, the type of person I really am. Because, you know, on the line, they paint me as a terrible person. But in real life,
Me too.
yeah, and I want to tell you in front of all these people, the hate that you getting is because you're pretty. That's it.
And while I do think that that's some of the more recent and bigger issues that Cooking
Yeah.
with Kaya is facing is who she's aligning with, we cannot skip over the fact that her already persona has been amplified times 10 ever since she stepped into the WL community. And it's super strange because even before, when she first got onto the scene, it was very much a tamed and subdued version. I've seen her do cooking streams with Ray. I've seen her do cooking streams with Rakai. I've seen her do cooking streams with even DDG, and they were simple and they were not as lies. But as time
Yeah.
went on, we could see her real colors coming out. You see, this community has a very, very strange relationship with women. And we've talked about it before, and of course we'll get into it again. But when a pretty woman, or hell, even any sort of woman is on screen, the object of the joke is them. The idea and what they're targeting is them. And 9 times out of 10, it's sexualizing them. Now, I don't think that any of this stuff is inherently bad. Like, I'm about to show video with Kaya in some shorts. She's at the grocery store buying groceries. It's not necessarily bad. But the camera angles decided by the cameramen of these streamers is very, very telling.
And then like that. That's cool. And then
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And then rinse those
Yeah.
off and throw them in.
don't even know what the fuck.
Yeah, I even seen like during one of the it was like during one of her um streaming university streams. She was streaming with somebody, can't remember the name, but she like got up and went to her door, and everybody was like, okay, you know, not unusual, but unusual for someone that, excuse me, for someone that cooks.
Look at you dropping stuff. See, you talking about me? Look, I gotta call out.
Nah, I be dropping stuff a lot. They had a whole debate on Instagram talking about sour cream do not belong in macaroni.
90% of that conversation wasn't even about cooking. It was about sexual innuendos, and there wasn't really any learning involved at all. It was just, hey, this is her from behind, even though we could get another camera angle. This is her from behind, and hey, look at these little bitty shorts she's got on while we make jokes about macaroni noises. And I cut slack for Cooking with Kaya, because I understand the game is game and it is what it is. But
Right.
I already know from past situations with women in the WL, it's not a simple thing of just being on camera and making some jokes certain times. The community at large is going to sexualize you. This is a bunch of young and horny men ready, willing, and able to ship any relationship she's in with any sort of man, whether it be platonic or semi-romantic or whatever, or hell, even if they're just captured on screen together. We've gone through this with Connie Rhodes, Kalani Rogers, Senna, and whoever else is in the WL. WL is just a certain community on Twitch. I know some of the older people have asked me to break that down before, but this is, Aiden Ross, Agent 00, Kai Cenat, Duke Dennis, Phantom, DDG, that side is WL. It's for wins, loss. Is this a W a good thing or an L a bad thing? Just had to break that down.
People were just making shipping jokes and they went too far. And now people are like, oh, you slept with this person, did you, or whatever. And I'm like, for me, I just don't want that to be attached to my name because I did not have any relations with my friends. Do you know what I mean? Or my friend. And that person is my friend. And I want it to be that way, At this point, it's being dragged. Like, it's just being dragged. So I would like it to just go away so that I can, not have people do that.
It seems like every woman in this community that I talk about, Senna, Lala Batiste yesterday with DDG, Zoe Spencer, Connie Rhodes, Kalani Rogers, just about any woman, and now Cooking with Kaya, seems to have some struggles with their perception in the community, romantic relationships, parasocial relationships, just their presence being completely platonic when it comes to a lot of these people. And I already know that there are online pressures that a lot of these young women face when going into the online sphere that push them towards content like OnlyFans and, playing into the sexuality. It's not just that easy to avoid. Most of the jokes surrounding them are normally sexual.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, thing is, with that's why I always say, when people are like, oh, women have it easier, it's like, no, you may only feel like they have it easier just because everybody likes to sexualize them, off rip. And it's like, yeah, they have, 100K viewers, but most of those 100K viewers are in there just to see, oh, I'm here to see they body or see if I can catch, a little snippet of them turned around or something like that. Most of them are in there just for that reason. Now, a good chunk of them are in there for personality, but I've seen big streamers like that where it's you go in there and everybody's like, hey, turn around, hey, do this, hey, do that, and it gets weird. It gets weird. If you've never been, that was annoying me. If you've never been into a huge woman content creator stream, just go in there. Guarantee you most of the dudes are in there making jokes or being like, oh, most of them are making jokes. Some of them are like, oh, we're here to support you, la 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 la. And some of them are just simps. Am I allowed to say that? Can we say simps? YouTube, we allowed to say simps? I'm gonna say simps.
Is it weird if I say that I wanted to be the throat goat, but
So
why would you say that?
Where it starts to go bad for a lot of them is when they participate in the joke, is when
Yeah.
they start leading the conversations, and when these young women fall into the trap that this community is set. Which brings me back to Cooking with Kaya and her antics at Streamer University and how I believe we got to the point where she is getting the hate that she is getting today. Cooking with Kaya was announced as a professor at Streamer University, where she was supposed to teach culinary classes, be a personality, etc., etc. And while her star did take off there, it might have been for the wrong reasons in hindsight. Now, it all started started when she went to some sort of party where she was dancing with a couple of content creators, most notably Quan, the fashion content creator from TikTok, and she had her ass slapped on by him. Now, because this is the internet, obviously this was captured and sent out
Right.
to the ethos, but what we did not know is that she had a boyfriend this whole time who was sitting at a hotel maybe a couple miles away consuming all this, and he proceeded to crash out on the internet, and rightfully so. Now, where Cooking
Right.
with Kya went wrong within this situation is not only going to a party and dancing with a guy and having him slap your ass and claiming that you didn't feel it. That story felt like rubbish, but regardless of that, coming to the internet and publicly addressing it in the way that she did is where she lost a lot of her credibility and where a lot of credibility to the quote-unquote hoe phase name or whatever that she's getting, which I don't believe in. I think that's totally disrespectful. This is just what the internet is calling her. They got a lot of it from her response, which was bad, and it was led by something in her early 20s.
I'm not gonna speak on his situation because I did have. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. Of course, I have feelings for him, but I feel like he really did the most about this situation. And the way he's trying to slander my name like I'm a whore. First of all, if I was one,
I mean, thing is though, you danced on another dude knowing you was in a relationship. Doing that just signifies you basically saying I don't really care. Like if like let's say like y'all out there, right? Let's say y'all chill, y'all got a nice relationship, you're both are secure about your relationship, and she goes out and dances on another dude. You would, and you saw all over the internet. I think that's what made it worse. Was it was all over the internet. Like he probably was just scrolling. He probably saw the videos like whatever. They kept scrolling, it kept popping up, and he was like, all right, enough is enough. But it's disrespectful. You basically said, I know I got a man, but I'm still dancing on this dude, and he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
that would be embarrassing for you. Like, why would you stay with a whore? Why would you cry for a whore when she says she wants you to go get established and that she doesn't want to be in a relationship? Why would you literally cry? Y'all, I've never seen a man cry like that. And I'm not, men can cry. But it just got to the point where it's like, dang, like every time I tell you anything like that, like you should take, like that should be a good thing. I just want you to be established. That's all I want.
And so what a lot of people surmise from that, and probably what I did too, is that being around all these other established content creators let her be wild and free and forget about the commitment that she made at home. Regardless of anything, there were some conversations it seemed like that were had beforehand, and she decided to go ahead and not acknowledge them or, just go against them when she got to Streamer University. Then in front of the millions of people watching this content, she emasculates him, talks about how he's crying, talks about how he's not getting any money, all these different things. And I can see why the dog piling is coming. Like, I can hear the barking in my ear. Now, if these are her true feelings, I would think that she would just not have this conversation online because this does not seem like it's for public consumption. But so naturally, people are going to be ticked off about this. And the fact that right after the apology, she got into more twerking. Let away touch my body. And I would say that was the only sexual acts and playing into the sexual conversations that Kya did at Streamer University, but I would be totally wrong. There was also videos of her having not one, but two nip slips and then laughing about it. And
seen that.
I can't show them, but trust me, they're out there. I don't even think that they're actual nip slips. It's just playing into the sexual nature of the whole matter. So when you play into the sexual manner, this group is already sexualizing you. The outcomes, obviously, later down the line are going to come affect you. There are going to be people that are calling you names. There are going to be people that are bashing you. And then when you're having serious issues online with your mental health and stability, people aren't going to take it seriously.
Right.
LOL bloopers. Get to the twerking part.
It don't even look like it no more. It don't look good.
I know nigga don't be giving no fuck. Get to the...
Yeah. It was on Twitter when people were like, when she kept doing it, everybody was like, dog, she doing this on purpose. Like she kept taking her jacket off and then be like, oh, it almost came out. And it's like, okay, habit one, okay, cool. Habit two is like, okay. But when you keep doing it and it keep almost happening, it starts to get repetitive,
Part is good.
Oh, she's eating Taco Bell? Ooh, her stomach finna bubble.
Cooking with Kya.
Time to hit the gym, my boy. Time to hit the gym, my boy.
Now, mind you, that's the same stream where she decided to end early because she was feeling very emotional about the hate that she was getting. Look, I'm not saying the conversations that people are having about Kaya are cool or right, because I've seen some out-of-pocket name-calling when it comes to her. But I do believe that she is now starting to play into that conversation and culture that surrounds women in the WL. She went on an E-Date last night, featured by Aiden Ross and a bunch of other streamers, and naturally there's going to be some discourse about that. I mean, the parasocial epidemic is outrageous. My word of advice to her, and I know people are gonna make it seem like I'm hating, but trust me when I say this is coming from a place of genuine care for her mental stability and all this. She just lost her sister not too long ago, and it seems like she's actually really going through some stuff, especially as a young woman with all this fame and, you know, this seemingly fortune coming into her existence. Kaya, this community sexualizes women. Full stop. It is very easy to play into those conversations, but once you are in it, it is also very hard to get that stigma off of you. Play the game smart. Play the game the right way. Otherwise, there's going to be more days of hate. And while people are telling you, hey, that's hate, don't worry about it, just keep doing you, they will keep featuring you on their videos and getting higher views because you are an attractive woman, while you have to deal with the misery, while you have to deal with the pain, while you have to deal with the anguish, while you have to deal with the plethora of hate comments that you get by women, by men calling you hoes and all other sorts of names. Be cautious.
Yeah, literally be cautious, man. They, you know, I'm happy for her. I'm happy she's getting all this success. I'm happy that she's, you know, finding something to keep her mind off losing her sister. But this ain't gonna last long. If she keeps down this path, it ain't gonna last long. But comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Please don't make me think of it like